So, Sapna fellas, today, in this video, as you may know, Worlds is right around the corner. So, since Worlds is right around the corner, obviously there are tournaments going on, like online tournaments, and currently this weekend, a Victory Road tournament's going on. I think it's called, like, Road to Yokohama. So, the Regulation D meta is going to be, evolving a lot this weekend. And with new metas, come new Pokemon. And with new Pokemon, come older Pokemon that got better because they're a good answer to a lot of the new Pokemon. So, in this video today, what I'm going to be talking about is 5 Pokemon I feel got better in the shift from Regulation C to Regulation D. Yeah, a lot of these Pokemon weren't seen a lot, if at all, in Regulation C. But because of circumstances in Regulation D, they got better. So, first, I'm going to be talking about Mimikyu. Now, Mimikyu had a big upgrade from Regulation C to Regulation D. And that is because it is one of the only Pokemon that can reliably check Urshifu, Chien-Pao, and Dragonite, because Dragonite can't hit it with Extreme Speed or Outrage, and also it gets Will-O-Wisped. Chien-Pao gets Will-O-Wisped and can't Sucker Punch it if it uses Will-O-Wisp. Will-O-Wisp is one of the only ways to lower the damage of Urshifu's Surging Strikes. The only other ways are with Wo-Chien, and another way I forgot. I also think Mimikyu's typing works really well into the meta as well, because when we look at, like, yeah, let's look at Pikalytics, right? We can see that Mimikyu does well into a lot of these, right? Safety Goggles means Amoonguss can only hit with Pollen Puff, which Mimikyu quad resists. Tornadus hates Trick Room. Urshifu hates both Will-O-Wisp and Play Rough. Fluttermane hates Shadow Sneak. Heatran doesn't mind it. Landorus doesn't want to take a Will-O-Wisp. Rillaboom doesn't want a Will-O-Wisp. Dragonite hates the thing, so does Iron Hands. So, yeah, because of the circumstances of the meta changes, I feel Mimikyu got, like, really good. You can go, like, stat bump, and, like, boom, 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 something like that. Or, like, boom, boom. That could work. It's like 55, 80, 105. Rotom can make bulky Pokemon work with a HP stat like that. Bulky Fluttermane's a thing. So, yeah, Mimikyu, I feel like because of the shift of metas, I think it became, like, actually decently good. Next, I'm going to be talking about Brambleghast. Now, my video with Brambleghast was a big failure. But that's because I'm bad with Hyper Offense. Now, Brambleghast does have some weaknesses. 50, 70, 70 is not good bulk. But we look at this typing, right? Grass Ghost. Resist both the stabs of Urshifu. Resist both the stabs of Ursaluna. Both the stabs of Iron Hands. Regieleki. And another big thing about Brambleghast is its ability Wind Rider. Now what Wind Rider does is this Pokemon's attack is raised by 1 stage if it's hit with a wind move or if Tailwind begins, right? It's also immune to wind moves. Now, wind moves make it immune to Bleak Wind Storm and Air Slash from Tornadus, so this thing can't hit it. Heat Wave from Heatran. Heat Wave from Chi-Yu. Icy Wind from Bundle. Wild Bolt Storm from Thundurus. It gives it some really good, like, resistances. It's one of the only, like, 2 Pokemon in the format that can switch reliably into Bleak Wind Storm plus Surging Strikes. Now, a good thing about this is that with a jolly nature, it can hit, what's it called? It can hit the speeds of, Iron Bundle. You can probably go one above if you want to go just 252, 252. But then you go like, max attack. You go like, thwonk, thwonk, thwonk. Now, Brambleghast isn't the bulkiest Pokemon. It's very much a glass cannon, but it benefits a lot from the meta, because 150 in attack isn't bad, especially if you have a +1 boost. Shadow Sneak will be doing quite a bit to Flutter Mane, if not straight out OHKOing it. With Urshifu, what I like to do is I like to go loaded dice, and I like to go Bullet Seed. And then you can go like Terra Ghost with Terra Blast. There you can go Shadow Sneak and Protect. Boom. There's your set, right? Because if we look at Nerd of Now, we look at the calculator, we can go, let's go Urshifu. Let's go Brambleghast. Let's see, we want Jolly. Wait, is that Power Whip? We want Bullet Seed. So, just 3 hits, like without an attack boost, just 3 hits that has a 31.3% chance to OHKO. Go to +1, guaranteed OHKO, and with 4 hits without a +1, it's just flower OHKOing. So, yeah, I feel Brambleghast, because of the shift in meta, as I said, is really good, because we look at more, Zapdos. Yeah, I already said Regieleki. Rillaboom, unless it carries knockoff, which it normally does. You know, super effective into Golden Go. So it's a good Pokemon. Well, I wouldn't say good. It's a usable Pokemon, and it's a definite upgrade from it's a definite upgrade from Regulation A. Not A. A was months ago. It's a big upgrade from Regulation C, where it was just flat out unusable. Now it's usable. So, moving on, next is going to be Farigiraf. Now, this isn't just here because I find a way to somehow talk about Farigiraf in every video because it's my favorite Pokemon, but it is here because somehow Farigiraf has been a Pokemon where it's somehow gotten better with every regulation. Currently its usage isn't the highest, like 2.28%, but we look at its ability, Kudchu, right? This Pokemon and its allies are protected from opposing priority moves. Now, this Pokemon has the bulk to just sit there on the field. 120, 70, 70 is incredible. It has the ability to just sit on the field, but you can't just ignore it like you can with Cresselia because of that special attack stat. Spread Hyper Voice is really good, and normally people would go Psychic. But what I like to do is I like to go Twin Beam. It's only a tad bit weaker than Psychic, but we look at Urshifu. Sometimes Urshifu carries Focus Sash. If we look here, yeah, Focus Sash 22% of the time. If we look at Farigiraf, normally I like to go like just 76 attack. Look at Twin Beam, 93.8% chance to OHKO. So if we go like a tad bit more attack or special attack, guaranteed OHKO. But Twin Beam hits through Sash on Urshifu, right? And some other Sash users like Regieleki. I just think it's good tech, and having Trick Room in this format is always good because of how popular the really fast team of Tornadus, Urshifu, Champo, and D-Knight is. But speaking of those four, Farigiraf screws them over, right? Urshifu doesn't want to take a Twin Beam. Champo and D-Knight rely quite a bit on their priority, as does Tornadus. But Farigiraf just completely walls that. It was also good in Regulation A, because there was quite a bit of Hariyama with Fake Out, or Meowscarada with Sucker Punch. Got a bit worse in Regulation B. Regulation C, it got better, because of the priority from Chien-Pao and D-Knight. And then, in Regulation D, because there's even more priority, Farigiraf got even better. So, yeah, I feel Farigiraf is, like, just pretty underutilized right now. And definitely, like, despite it being good in Regulation C, it got better in Regulation D. So, next is going to be Grimmsnarl. Now, if we look at Regulation C, if we scroll down, you'll see Grimmsnarl here. And Klefki here. But Klefki was the better of the two, because Grimmsnarl was kind of like a Terra Sync then, because Fluttermane had, let's see, 71% usage. So, this thing, it didn't matter if screens were up, it didn't matter about anything else. Grimmsnarl was dying to a Moonblast, so, like 30% of the time, this thing was going Terra Steel, you were forced to. But Klefki has now fallen off because of Prankster Taunts from Tornadus, from Thundurus, and because those Prankster Taunts are so prominent, a Screen Setter with a Dark type making it immune to Intimidate is really good. Now, the set that I like to use is Spirit Break, Light Screen, Reflect, and Parting Shot. Parting Shot I feel is super good in this format, like especially paired with Gastrodon. Gastrodon is going to be an honorable mention in this, because it could just be one of those phases of, oh, Gastrodon's going to be good in this format, and it never is. But after testing with Gastrodon and Grimmsnarl myself, I think it's really good. And Parting Shot is also really good, because reduces the damage on a close combat from Urshifu, if you pair it with Gastrodon. Reduces the damage of Heatran, of Landorus, of Rillaboom, D-Knight, Ursaluna, Iron Hands, Regieleki, Thundurus, Bundle, Basculegion, Fluttermane. So, and like, screen support is really good. Grimmsnarl is most commonly paired with Hisui and Goodra. But even then, it can work without it. Like, you can pair Grimmsnarl with Galarian Moltres. You know, like, this thing's really bulky, make it even more bulky, set up some nasty plots, get off a Citrus Berry. Boom. Berserk. It's... Grimmsnarl definitely, like, it's had its redemption arc, basically. Lastly, I'm going to be talking about Volcarona. Now, Flame Body, in a format like this, is really good. Because of Urshifu and Landorus and Chien-Pao and D-Knight and stuff like that. And what I like to do is I like to go Rocky Helmet with, you can choose either Terra Grass or Terra Water. I personally like Terra Water so that I don't lose to both Urshifu and Heatran. Then you go, you can choose between either Heat Wave or Fiery Dance. I personally like Fiery Dance so that I don't accidentally give Heatran a boost. Then I like Bug Buzz because, like, these two can't hit, what's it called? Oh, God. Heatran. It can't hit Heatran. But what I like to do is I like to pair it with, Landorus Farian. The Heatran troubles are gone, because they're going to Terra Grass and you're going to Bug Buzz. Another option is Giga Drain. Giga Drain pairs pretty well with Terra Grass. Then gets access to one of the best boosting moves in the game, Quiver Dance. Then, because I'm Rocky Helmet and either Terra Grass or Terra Water, I like to use Rage Powder. Just to make Urshifu just that tad bit more annoyed. Because that is taking about half its health. And it's getting burnt. So, yeah, I think these 5 Pokemon got really good in the swap between Regulation A, Regulation C, and Regulation D, with an honorable mention of Gastrodon. And going back to Friggrath, for an item, you can either go Safety Goggles or you can go Throat Spray. But yeah, I think that's going to be it. Thanks for 5 watch, bye.